Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Nisa and I'm from Vocational High School 2, Pasuruan. And today I would like to tell you a story you may or may not heard about it. The title is Hansel and Gretel. One day, there's a brother and sister named Hansel and Gretel. They live with their father in a hut. The father is a very wealthy woodcutter. Well, but his wife is died a really long time ago. So he decided to remarry again. When the stepmother moved in with them, well, the stepmother made the children's life really hard. Hansel and Gretel were not allowed to eat at all. Of course, Hansel and Gretel tried to talk about it to their father, but the only thing he wanted to hear is from her wife. Well, the stepmother only talked about how hard it is to live in a hut with two children and how she wished they would go away forever. Ah, I cannot do this anymore. It seems like Hansel and Gretel don't want me as their mother. Well, the stepmother's words make the woodcutter really sad. So he said, "Oh dear, don't worry. I will find a way." So the next morning, their father asked Hansel and Gretel to the city. While their father walked in front of them, Gretel dropped a breadcrumbs and a pebblestone along the way. In a weird way, they are really tired, so Hansel and Gretel sleep under the tree peacefully. As the sun began to set, Gretel finally awake, and oh, their father nowhere inside. Hansel! Hansel! Come on, wake up! Father is nowhere inside! Well, hearing Gretel's words, Hansel jolted awake. What? Oh, they are in trouble. But Gretel is clever. Okay, calm down. I think I know the way to our house. Follow me. Gretel traced the pebblestone. There. Uh-oh, where's the breadcrumbs? It's nowhere inside. In the middle of confusion, Hansel, oh, that's a small light. What is that? They began to rush over there. Oop, that's a hut made entirely of candy from top to the bottom. Red licorice, gingerbread, frosting, and a candy. What a sight to see, right? Hansel and Gretel couldn't resist to munch the house. Yum. Oh, and there's a sound behind them. Who is nibbling my house? That's green old ugly witch. But when the witch see it's Hansel and Gretel, she smiled. Oh, small children, go inside and I will give you something to eat. Well, Hansel and Gretel were really hungry, so they stepped in, eat soup, and became so full until they are so sleepy. The next morning, Hansel found himself locked in prison, and the witch laughed. Little boy, I'm gonna fed you so much until you're plump and fat. And you, little girl, we'll do as I say. Now, hush! Every day, every single day, Gretel have to do the chores, while Hansel is eating and eating. Never. Well, because Hansel is begging to grow fat, Gretel is scared that the witch gonna eat Hansel. So one morning, Gretel rushed into the brother's cage. Hansel, when the witch asks for your finger, hand this root instead. So when the witch checked, she touched the wood. Oh, why is it so thin? Well, that makes the witch really mad. So she fed Hansel more and more. Each day goes by, but why is Hansel is not fat enough to eat? The witch began to so hungry and mad. So she snapped. Ah! I won't wait any longer. I'm hungry. You go fire the oven. I'm gonna eat your brother tonight. Gretel worked really slowly as she could. When she worked, she felt like, why the witch looking at her with a sly smile. Beauty, go check the oven if it's hot enough. Gretel, of course, she is clever enough not to do that, so she said, hot enough? I don't think I know what hot enough is. Well, the witch roared in anger. Ugh! Nonsense! Stupid! I am gonna check myself. Well, when the witch crawled into the oven, Gratel slammed the door. The witch burned alive, and Gretel finally can free her brother. And then they finally live happy ever. Well, before I end the story, you have to learn from it. First of all, even though we are facing danger, we have to rely on our intelligence and have the courage to be brave and never ever trust a stranger. That's all I want to say. Goodbye.